Good day to you all students and welcome to my channel. In today's lesson, we are going to be seeing a very interesting question under a particular topic, dilution. Alright, so if you watch the question I have on the board, it says how much water must be added to 50 cm cube of 1.5 molar HCl in order to produce 0.5 molar HCl solution. So this question here, we are meant to understand that water was added to this particular volume of this strength of acid, and the strength of acid decreases from 1.5 to 0.5, and now we are asked to determine the amount of water that was used to do the job. All right, and for us to tackle such problem solutions, we must make use of a formula which is popularly known as dilution formula, which is C1V1 equal to C2V2. Very important. Now, in this case, now let us read the question once again, or maybe from the question, let us understand. Now, this C1 is the initial concentration of the acid, and C2 is the final concentration of the acid. V1 is the initial volume of the acid, and V1 is the initial volume of the acid, and V2 is the final volume of the acid. So here, C1 here is equal to 1.5 mol per dm cube, and C2 is equal to 0.5 mol per dm cube. All right, and now V1 is the volume of the acid, which in this case is actually 50 cm cubed. So 50 cm cubed, but we must convert it to dm cube, or even if we wish to leave it in cm cube, that's okay. It's not really that much necessary in this question now. Okay, so now, but V2 will be equal to the volume of the acid when water was added. So let us look for this volume. But note that this V2 is not the volume of water that was added, but it's just that this V2, which we are about to find now, is the volume of the acid when so amount of water was added. So imputing, or maybe making V2 the subject of the formula in this very equation, we are going to have that V2 will be equal to C1V1 all over C2, which now by substitution we now have that V2 will be equal to C1 is actually 1.5 times V2, times V1, which is 50, times 50 all over C2, which is 0.5. So doing that with my calculator here, I'll simply do that, and I will now have that 1.5 times 50 all over 0.5 will give me 150 cm cubed. So like I said before, this V2, which in this case 150 cm cubed, is the volume of water, or maybe is the final volume of acid when water was added. Now for us now to know the volume of water that was added to make this acid to reduce from 1.5 to 0.5, we are going to say V2 minus V1 in this case, yes. So therefore, the volume of water added will be equal to V2 minus V1, which will be 150 cm cubed minus 50 cm cubed, which is equal to 100 cm cubed. So finally, my dear people, 100 cm cubed is the volume of water used to reduce the strength of the acid from 1.5 mol per dm cube to 0.5 mol per dm cube. Thank you, and please, if you find this channel interesting, consider subscribing. Thank you.